Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing well. We got ourselves another update. Hopefully today's stream will be a little bit more smoother than it was yesterday. We had a little bit of errors that were happening yesterday. But what's up guys? Welcome everybody. Let's see who we got here. We got Starshine, we have Lizzie, we have Alec, we have Samuel, we have Gaming. And of course, everybody else here who is here but not chatting. I hope everyone is doing good and having a great night so far. So, we got ourselves quite a bit of cold air coming in here soon, unfortunately. We got a big old polar vortex we've been tracking over the last couple of days here. It does look like it is going to get very, very cold for a lot of people, especially in the central and portions of the east and the north, of course. They're going to get super, super cold. Right now, we do have a little bit of lake effect snow going on here. I did want to mention that. There is a little bit of a lake effect thing going on here. Let's go ahead and activate these warnings here. So we do have a little bit of lake effect snow kicking off across some of those areas here in the Great Lakes. At least forecasted to. Yeah, currently we do have a little bit out here towards like western New York. Let's go ahead and turn on some of these town names here. We're going to get into that. So you can see, kind of north of Buffalo, you can see that there's just this long streak of lake effect snow that's ongoing right now. Also south of Buffalo, Buffalo's kind of getting sandwiched right now by a little bit of snowfall, stuff like that. What's up, Von Teal? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Beth and Emmanuel? Hope you're doing good, guys. Glad to have you here. Let's check up on Michigan. Yeah, Michigan, we got a little bit of stuff going on. We got a few advisories out here. Just a little bit of snow is expected. But anyways, folks, let's go ahead and hop our way over here into the main models. Go ahead and hop on over here, my friend. So, yeah, we need to talk about this polar vortex situation that's going on here. So here's the GFS. Right now, we are pretty good. Like I mentioned, there's a little bit of lake effect snow up there towards the Great Lakes region. Just a little bit. But right now, for the most part, there is a lot of high pressure that has built its way into the country here. You can see the east and the west is just covered in high pressure, which is just keeping that rain, keeping all of that storm activity out, which is good. A little bit of rain out there in the south of there towards like Texas and eventually possibly working its way into Louisiana. Not a lot really, but yeah, prevailing high pressure just continues to sit over the U.S., which is definitely good. However, that's going to change here very shortly. So we do actually get ourselves a little bit of cold air coming down here. This is going for the 15th into the 16th. So this is basically tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. We have a little bit of that cold air working its way up here to the areas of the upper Ohio Valley. Possibly driving some snowfall there, as you can see. Maybe a little bit of snow here. This is also one model. This is also just one model run, so, can't take this too seriously. But this does show a little bit of snow potential working its way towards the Ohio Valley and whatnot as we approach our way here basically into tomorrow and the day after here. Overall. So then we continue pushing our way down, and then here's where the cold really starts to come at play. So there's actually going to be a little bit of a storm system here too that will be rolling through the region here. We do have ourselves a low that kind of develops here potentially towards like the central southern plains here, according to the latest GFS model, which could really start to pull up some moisture and all kinds of warm air and stuff from the Gulf of Mexico, which could allow for condensing a lot of water vapor to be present in the area, which allows for some rainfall and whatnot. May or may not be some snow in this here too. It just kind of depends on where all that cold air is at, where all that moisture is at, really. Honestly, there will likely be, some rain and some snow and stuff with this system, but depending on where at this point in time is still a little bit unknown. While the GFS model, or I should say the GFS model does support a pretty good amount of rain down in the south, maybe some snow up north with that, and maybe even some of those upper elevations here towards like Virginia and West Virginia might be able to see a little bit of a mix, but that is one model. That is one model run. It is a suggestion here. Now, as you can see, though, behind it, this is where all that cold air is going to be coming in from. So we have the main system that kind of rolls through. We get that cold front that develops right here. And then we get all this cold air. This huge air mass just works its way down into the country, unfortunately making it super cold. Now, the GFS does suggest maybe a little bit of a snow system for the mid-Atlantic. I would not trust it because, honestly, it's a little bit lengthy. This is about like 6 days out or so. And plus all of the moving mechanics that's involved in this system here, it's a little hard to, precisely see at this time, so I would not have too high of confidence on that overall. Let's see. Indiana says it's supposed to get historic cold, wind chills in the -20s. Yeah, we'll look at actually the temperatures themselves will get in the negatives for a lot of people. We'll get to that here in a second too. What's up, Kim? Hope you're doing good. Manuel says we've got a good amount of snow on the ground. Let's see, and a lot of ice in Indy. I love the cold though, so I just have the gear for sub-temps. Yeah, well, it's going to get cold for you guys out there as well. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of cold air. We'll talk about that in a second. What's up, Core? Hope you're doing good. Let's see, what's up, Dylan? Unknown says watch it be 40 degrees low and a high of 70 next week. Areas in the south, with that advecting moisture and that warm air that's coming ahead of the cold front here, that could temporarily warm things up for the south. Notice how I say temporarily because, yeah, it's going to get pretty cold, even for the south, even for the south out here. It's going to be very cold for a lot of you folks out there. So, yeah, that's the GFS. I'm not going to go any further in the model because, as you know, the further you go into the models, the more inaccurate they do tend to get. A lot of people here love to go way in crazy land with these models just to get people riled up. But, this is basically 6 days out at this point. I don't like to look any further, and this is 100 and something hours out. So let's compare this to Europe. Then we'll look at the actual temperatures and stuff. So like I mentioned previously, if you guys weren't here, if you're just joining, right now we do have a lot of high pressure, a lot of ridging in the U.S. right now. So there's a lot of high pressure in place, keeping a lot of that storm activity, away from the country right now. So thankfully, we don't have anything happening right now, but we continue to work our way down in time. Now, like the GFS did suggest, for tomorrow going into the 16th, there will be a bit of cooler air working its way into the Ohio Valley and like the upper Ohio Valley, towards like Michigan, upper Michigan, whatnot. Could drive maybe a little bit of snow, as you can see. It would be fairly light. It wouldn't be anything super crazy or anything like that, but it would be possibly a little bit of snow showers and a little bit of snow rolling through. We'll look at accumulations, although I don't think there's really going to be much of anything with this. We'll get to that after we do go over the temperatures and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely, there could be a little bit of snow in that, so we'll keep an eye on it. So then, of course, like the GFS did suggest here overall, You guys can see a relative similarity. You know, there's relative similarity here. I mean, we have all of that advection, all that warm air, or I should say warmer air, coming up north from the south, you know, causing it to rain a bit. And like I said, it's just a little early to tell exactly where there's going to be the potential for winter weather. At some point on the northern side, we'll likely see winter weather. You know, the greater chance you go up to the north, you know, towards like Ohio Valley and stuff, I'd say that that's a higher probability for you folks. But, you know, to be for sure, overall, that is that. And then, of course, we do have all of that cold air that works its way back down into the country. And, of course, we can't, or I don't like to go any further than this because it gets too far in La La Land at that point. Let's see here. Unknown says, so the model's officially locked in with cold temps? Yeah. Oh, yeah. This has been a constant thread for the last several days we've been watching here. Let's see here. Lulu says, hit the like for print. Appreciate it, Lulu. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Dylan says, I'm glad someone is live right now. I needed some weather talk in my life. Thanks. You're very welcome. No problem. Mike says, thanks for repeats. I got hit with 60 unskippable ads. Oh, that's or 60 unskippable seconds of ads. Yeah, that's rough. YouTube. We love YouTube sometimes. Let's see here. Dylan says, so glad to see it's not for my area. I do not need it. There's going to be a lot of people affected. Are you sure you're not impacted? Here, let's go ahead and actually show you guys this now. So we're gonna look at the Euro, the European model here, the ECMWF. This is the Euro model. And so I do want to give a bit of a disclaimer. This is one model run. It should not be taken too seriously. You should get an idea based off of what it represents, but you should never take it literally. You know, because, you know, there is still a couple of days before this big cooldown really gets into effect. Okay, so just wanted to let you know with that. Anyways, so this is not our feel like temp. This is our actual temperature. So we work our way down in time here in the Euro model. Yeah, a little bit of cool air really starts to work its way. This is not the main event, by the way. A lot of cold air starts to work its way for the morning of the 15th. So tomorrow morning here, according to Euro, we could have temperatures in the single digits and negatives throughout portions here of the Ohio Valley, portions of the Midwest here. But that's not the big stuff, unfortunately. So we continue to work our way down. Here comes that big air mass, that huge amount of cold air that really works its way down in the country, and you can just see it overtakes. And yeah, so this is for the morning of the 20th. This is for roughly about 5 days out at this point in time. Once again, I don't like to go too far out in time, so this is where we're going to stop here for the morning of the 20th. Look at these potential temperatures. Now remember, these are not feel-like temperatures. These are your actual expected temperatures from this model, in which you can actually see that sub-zero line is this purple area here. This is where we do have that sub-zero. So, you know, up in the northern plains, -10s, -20s, very cold. Up there in the upper Midwest here towards like Minnesota, you know, it could really get well into the -10s and whatnot. Ohio Valley, possibly in the negatives, you know, single digits towards the central plains. Even in the 20s, possibly the teens in the deep south, you know, could get quite possible with this, you know. And at this point in time, that polar vortex is still advancing south. So that's not its maximum coldness as it's probably going to get. I just don't want to go any further because at that point it does get a little bit iffy and the models, you know, start to have a lot of disagreement at that time. But that is what the temperatures could look like according to the Euro model. Now let's look at those feel-like temperatures. I know a lot of people like to look at that there too. So let's go ahead and pull up like the wind chill and everything like that. So we work our way down in time. Here comes that cold air blast, and it's oh, wow. Yeah, very cold. So this, wow, dude. This is your feel like, or like I should say your wind chill. Almost -50 potential up in the northern plains towards like North Dakota. So this is our wind chill temperature, and you can see sub-zero wind chill at this line right here where my cursor's at. So everything above this line, and I'm kind of, here, I can probably pull up my pen here. It's probably a little smarter to do. So, yeah, so this line that I'm going to draw right here. hold on a minute. Maybe I can draw it. Yeah, this program loves to work sometimes and loves to not work sometimes. So let's go ahead and get this back up. But yeah, so basically right in here is where we could have anything above this area here could see sub-zero feel-like temperatures, which is just ridiculously cold overall. Here we go. I can kind of represent that a little bit better for you guys now. So everything above this line could be in the feel-like temperatures of in the negatives, pretty much, for the morning of the 20th. 12 Zulu. That is for the morning of the 20th. So, but yeah, look up north though. You know, Euro here. Remember, this is one model, one suggestion. So, you know, don't take it too seriously. But this could be a real possible scenario here. You know, negative 30s, negative 40s, upwards near negative 50s in terms of the wind chill and stuff. Very, very, very cold. All right, let's go ahead and actually compare this to GFS now. We do got a new run of GFS coming through, but it's not available yet. So let's first talk temperature, like we did on the other one. So this is our, you know, temperature according to the GFS here for the same time for the morning here of the 20th. So really the same thing. I mean, there's not a lot of differences. Remember, this is your actual temperature here. According to the GFS, and everything above this black line I drew is going to be sub-zero, under 0 degrees. And you know that freezing point is basically represented right in here. Freezing point reaches the Gulf Coast. I will mention that, which is just very cold. You know it's cold whenever the coastal areas of the Gulf of Mexico get in freezing conditions. So remember, this is your this is your actual temperature here for the 20th here overall, and you know, possible single digits out here towards some of the regions in like the Central Plains, the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, portions of the interior, New England. You know, it could really, really get cold for you folks. And then of course we do have our feel like temperature overall. Once again with this mayhem. There we go. So, honestly, yeah, not that far off. Not that far off from what the Euro was suggesting, you know. The Euro is suggesting, you know, 30s, 40s. Look at that. I mean, locally, oh my gosh, I see a negative 50 there. I ain't going to fully trust that right now, but models between the GFS and the Euro, they both suggest like negative 30, negative 40 feel like temperatures out there. Like, that's crazy. See, Texas's gas freezes at negative 40, does it? Well, it won't be negative 40 temperature-wise, although it will be pretty cold still. Temperature-wise, it'll likely be within negative 20s up here in the northern plains here. Yeah, that is very dangerously cold for the Dakotas, for sure. What's up, Jeff? Hope you're doing good. Welcome, welcome. Dylan says I work outside. That would be terrible. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But anyway, so yeah, we have all that going on here. And then, like I mentioned, actually, we'll go ahead and bring up our Euro again here. I do want to show you guys because there is a little bit of a storm on this system here. Let's go to precipitation. It's not going to be like a super, super crazy snowstorm or whatnot, but, you know, it does have potential to kick up a bit of rain and some snow. You know, a lot of rain for the south, you know, ahead of this line, essentially. So a bit of rain will be involved here pretty much for starting on the 17th, going into the 18th. So you folks out there towards, like, the western, southeastern U.S. And towards, like, the Tennessee Valley, Midwest, portions of the Ohio Valley, maybe. Could even be snow out in some of those regions in the Ohio Valley here for the 18th, which is about 3 days. I mean, today's pretty much over with. So, yeah, about 3 days or so. And, of course, all that cold air really, you can just see all that cold air just really dives its way down in the south. It's super, super cold. So, definitely want to make sure you bring out those heavy coats here soon, guys. You're going to really need them next week. That is for sure. Yeah, I mean, the models, they're fairly on point overall regarding, you know, how cold it could potentially get and with this this little storm system here. Now, for the people who's probably wondering if there's going to be like severe weather or anything like that, I know a lot of people are probably interested or concerned in that. So the temperatures will get temporarily warm in the south with that northerly air movement, that northerly advection. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s could be a possibility in that. But in terms of like instability and stuff, like if there's going to be enough fuel in the atmosphere, let's see. We're going to go off of surface base cape here. So models like GFS supports a little bit of instability. It wouldn't really be enough, I don't think, for any organized severe weather or anything like that. Euro, ECMWF. Let's see here what Euro supports. So, okay. So, yeah, I mean, Euro also supports maybe a little bit of instability, which is just fuel for thunderstorms and whatnot. It does seem like a pretty minimal threat for severe weather at the time being. Although, I will say sometimes these models can underdo the amount of fuel potential that there is in the atmosphere. Long range, especially like GFS and Euro here, the further you are out, I feel like from what I've seen over many, many years of forecasting that they do tend to underdo the amount of instability or fuel. We'll have to see, especially whenever like the mid-range models like NAM come through. Actually, NAM might already almost be available here. Here's the 0 Zulu. Okay, so yeah, at the very end of the run, maybe a little bit of instability, but honestly, yeah, I don't think that there's going to be any like organized severe weather out there. Let's see here. What's up, David? Hope you're doing good. Let's see, says snow in Houston is crazy. Oh, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get any snow in Houston though, but you'll definitely be feeling those cold temperatures. That's for sure. I don't know if Florida has potential. I did see a little bit of instability in Florida, yes. But at that point in time, it's a little bit far, because there definitely still can be a lot of changes and stuff. Here, let's revert to the 18 Zulu GFS here. So maybe a little bit of instability. I mean, there could be some storms on that, but traces. Then you got Euro, ECMWF here. I mean, who knows? Who knows? It could be warm enough, and there could be enough instability in the atmosphere to cause a bit of storms out towards Florida. But this is for like the 18th, which I don't think SPC has anything right now. Here, let's pull up SPC real quickly. I don't think they do. Yeah, no. Yeah, SPC is clear. Severe risks throughout from today through next Tuesday, so within the next week, there's no active severe weather expected, thankfully. Yeah, thankful for that. Honestly, we really need a break here, dude. It's just been nuts lately. Oh, yeah, one thing I did want to show you guys that I told you that we would look at is the... let's go regional. Is the snow accumulations and stuff like that. Because, like I said, we have a little bit of snow that could come through here over the next couple of days or so. Yeah, so this is between now and pretty much the 17th. We could get, so this is Euro, by the way, European model, suggesting, those upper elevations here in like eastern West Virginia could get about like 2 to 4 inches locally, up to 5 or so being possible. There is a little bit of Ohio and like portions of the Northeast here that could see a little bit of snowfall here between now and the 17th. We could pick up an inch or so, a couple of inches in some areas here, so a little bit. That's Euro, and of course we have the GFS here, the American model, which actually, yeah, the American model, the GFS is a bit more aggressive, as you can kind of tell here. GFS suggests like 4 to 6 locally higher in those upper elevations there. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to buy all that. I would definitely, that does seem a little high. Let's try NAM. Let's see what NAM has to show us here. Well, Nam does kind of agree with the GFS here. Yeah. Yeah, Nam does agree with the GFS here. So the snow really... So we have a little bit of snow, or the snow really starts, I should say, is pretty much here on the 16th, through the morning, afternoon of the 16th, falls, and then it kind of stops here sometime early 17th overall. But yeah, you can see, I mean, yeah, NAM model does suggest possibly 6+ inches in some spots. I mean, let's see what the blend has to suggest. It's good to look at different model opinions. I mean, even the blend of models does suggest some upper elevations here, possibly 6+ inches. So I don't know. It's looking more possible the more we look at the models here, huh? Yeah, I mean, it really does depend on a lot of other other factors too, like temperatures and whatnot. I think the temperatures will be definitely cool enough for that. Remember, this is pre-polar vortex too, so this is between like now and the early 17th. So could get a little bit of snow out there for sure. Let's see here. Indiana, I am not right now. Let's see. What's this weekend in Southwest Missouri? Here, let's hop to the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and whatnot. Pull up GFS. Yeah, we do get the 0 Zulu coming through, which we can look at. So for this weekend, if I can remember where everything's at. So for this weekend out there, could get a little bit of precipitation. Like I mentioned, the models are still a little... they're getting there, but they're not fully in agreement right now. So there could be some rain and precipitation. GFS shows not a lot for your area, but more rain and stuff here this weekend for like the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley portions in the south here. Then you got like Euro here, which... the ECMWF here maybe shows a little bit more rain for the areas nearby here. There will likely be some winter weather, though. I mean, both models do suggest that up here towards like the Ohio Valley and stuff. So that is something that we're going to have to look into. But it is obviously just too far to look like where and how much accumulations and stuff. I do want to look at the GDPS. This is the Canadian model here. Yeah, so Canadian model does show the rain in the south and a little bit of winter weather up in the Ohio Valley. It is safe to say that some of those areas up there towards the Ohio Valley will likely see a little bit of snow. Here's Euro here, ECMWF. Yeah, I think Euro is most aggressive with the winter weather on this little system that rolls through, and of course that cold air that just really piles in behind it. Sonia says, as the week goes on, we will have lows in the 20s, which is cold for us. I feel bad for what everyone else is going to go through next week. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's, especially for the folks who live up in like the Dakotas, man, it's just going to get brutal out there. I mean, our feel like temperatures here are just utterly ridiculous. Yeah, look at that. Here's for the morning of the 20th. Once again, this is the Euro ECMWF in terms of feel like temperatures or the wind chill and stuff. And yeah, a little bit cold. A little bit cold. I mean, North Dakota's here like mostly in the negative 40s for the most part. Possibly even in the negative 50s. That's almost breaking the chart down here. You see that? That is honestly wild. It's going to be super, super cold. While the actual temperature at that point, let's see here. Yeah, while the actual temperature at that point is going to be like negative 10s to negative 20s and whatnot. Let's see here. Rocket says it's currently 1 degree Fahrenheit in west central Indiana. Can't think about rain. Well, it depends. See, you can have super duper cold temperatures at your surface, but if your temperatures in the atmosphere up above you are above freezing, there can be rain, but it would be freezing rain. Likely sleet if it's that cold at the surface. How many layers is that? What? How many layers of what? Yeah, that's like, it's crazy though. Just how potentially cold this could. Yeah, this is your actual temperature, by the way. This is Euro ECMWF suggesting negative 10s, negative 20s. Wyoming even colder. Well, yeah, a lot of those upper elevations out west are going to be colder because they're just naturally higher up in the atmosphere. Air pressure's lower too. It all just contributes to colder temperatures. How many layers of jackets? At least 2 or 3. That's ridiculous, dude. Honestly, at that point, you should not be outside in that temperatures. You know, that's just, no. No, thank you. Yeah, and then here's Euro with the temperatures down here. Oh my gosh, dude. So, okay, I'm going to stop here. This is about as far as I'm going to go, okay? This is about as far as I'm going to go. For the morning of the 21st, Euro suggests the Ohio Valley getting into the negative 10s. Will they cancel school over that? Some schools definitely, yes. Absolutely. That cold of temperatures, it is dangerous to go outside. And even if for like a few minutes, it's dangerous. Let's see. What's up? What's up, Andy? Can I check out, let's see here, 57625. Yeah, I got you. 57625. South Dakota. Oh, yeah. You're going to really feel those temperatures out there. So, actually, we'll hop back real quickly. Actually, let me pull up the blend here. I'm curious to see what the blend is. What the blend of model suggests here. So, by the way, this is your actual temperatures. I should say that. So, the morning of the 20th out there for you, yeah, possibly negative single digits to negative 10s out there. Super cold. And, of course, then you got your feel-like temperature, which is just going to be even worse, unfortunately. There you go. Yeah, I feel like temp's going to be like in the negative 20s, negative 30s out in some of those regions there. Just crazy, man. Please be careful. What are we expecting the next severe weather event in the southeast? Not anytime soon. Yeah, we looked at the SPC. Really nothing big going on anytime soon, severe weather-wise, thankfully. Thankful that it's finally calm down a little bit. Knock on wood that hopefully it stays that way. Yeah, we need a break from all this mess, dude. It's been crazy, between all this severe weather, or all this winter weather and stuff, and then previously to that severe weather episodes we've had. It's just, and of course the fires and stuff too. It's just crazy, man. We just need a break here in the States, man. It's always something, it always is something. If it's not the fires, it's the really cold temperatures. And if there is no snow, the really cold temperatures. Also, a little bit of a fun fact for you guys. I know a lot of you guys don't understand, or I shouldn't say understand this, but I should say didn't know this, I should say. Clear nights usually are the coldest ones. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a question here. People in the chat, see if you can figure this out. For my weather folks, do you know why clear nights are colder? I am going to give you a hint. It starts with C. All right, let's see. Indiana says, "Will I check on 41301, please?" Absolutely. Let's see, 41301. Let's see, this is up in Kentucky. Gotcha. So, switch to the Ohio Valley and stuff. So this is your wind chill, by the way. So yeah, Eastern Kentucky for the morning of the 20th. Remember, this is still not final, but I feel like temp out there could be in the negatives potentially. Temperature. Still cold, of course. Yeah, possibly the single digits and lower tens. Yeah, it's clouds. It's clouds. Yeah, so clouds actually, believe it or not, are really good insulators. They're great at holding heat, and they're great at preventing things from heating up. That's why during some of these severe weather events, if you have a lot of cloud cover, the sun cannot heat up the surface as much as expected. And clouds, like I said, make really good insulators. So you learn some every day, people. Cold in Florida again, yeah. Little chilly today, yeah, for sure. I'm ready for everything to heat back up again. I'm sure a lot of you guys are. I'm tired of the cold. Hint, no cloud cover makes temperature colder. Yeah, pretty much. Yep, so the clouds keep the heat in, and they prevent it from heating up, too. So they're definitely really good at that. We learned something in school. That's good. That's really good. I'm glad to hear that you learned something in school, Amir says, I'm in Ohio. The app says we got actual temperatures in the negatives during the morning. Yeah. Yeah, actually, tonight there's a little bit of a cold. Here, we'll actually hop to HRRR for this, since it's like right there. Let's see. So this is your temperature. So tomorrow morning, 12 Zulu. Yeah, tomorrow morning here, single digits out in some of the regions here. Negative tens possibly in some areas towards like Indiana, Illinois, Iowa. Yeah, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Could get pretty cold tonight. This does not feel like either, unfortunately. Here's your feel like temp tonight. Not negative 12. 12Z. Yeah, negative temperatures through a lot of the areas here, feel like tonight. So definitely bundle up tonight. It's going to get cold. Let's see here. Yeah, not Texas. I looked at your name and I was thinking the state Texas. Ohio, Texas, is definitely going to be getting pretty cold. Yeah, especially with that polar vortex coming down too. It's going to be really, really cold for you folks. Once again, I don't like to look too far out in the models, but there's just been so much consistency at this point that it's safe to say that, yes, this will happen. That's why we're mentioning it. If there was something with super low confidence, we would not mention it on this channel. I'm just going to let you guys know that now. Yeah, the new GFS is... Oh, here we go. The new GFS. This is the latest run. So the feel like temperature for the Ohio Valley on the morning of the 20th here. Negative 10s, negative 20s. And look at... Oh, my gosh. Up there towards like Minneapolis, St. Paul area. Dude. Feel like temperatures in possibly the negative 30s. Unbelievable. Yeah, at that point, that's dangerous. Getting dangerous. I still can't believe that up in like North Dakota. Not just the GFS, Euro too. Showing negative 40s, perhaps locally some areas near negative 50s could be possible. It's just nuts, dude. Yeah, it's honestly safe to say at this point this winter has been much more severe than the last couple of winters. Especially during, I should say, in terms of cold temperatures. We've already had some pretty strong winter storm activity, too, at the beginning of this month. Have to break out the blowtorch to get the car started in the morning. What, to melt some of that ice off with those locks? Probably. I do not condone any damages that are caused by blowtorches on locks, by the way. So, see, my son lives in North Dakota. My family is in Montana. Yeah, you guys, and Montana gets really cold too. You're in Florida? Hey, I am as well. It's still cold down here for us, but yeah, make sure you tell your family about that cold. I'm sure they're probably going to hear it, but just let them know about it, just to give them a heads up, because it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Let's see here. So yeah, that's honestly, guys, I mean, there's really not a lot more to talk about in this stream. I mean, we pretty much covered everything. We've been live about 40 minutes, so we're probably going to head off here soon. Unless you guys have any questions before I head off, throw it down in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But, I mean, yeah, nothing really severe weather-wise. No severe weather, no tornadoes, nothing like that anytime soon, I don't think. The south could get some storms, but it doesn't look anything significant right now. If it does materialize into something, we'll obviously talk about it with new updates and stuff when we do more streams. But yeah, honestly, I don't see any severe weather anytime soon. Snowfall, there's a little bit, but not a lot. Been hearing that Memphis is going to get snow again. Nah, Memphis, Tennessee. I think you guys are good. You might get some rain though. GFS, here you can see, shows a little bit of rain developing out there for the 18th. But I doubt it will be any winter precip. You'll definitely get cold air behind it, though. Let's see. Smokey says Virginia. I used to live in Virginia. That's where I grew up. Prince William County. Been hearing Memphis post to get snow. Yeah. Yeah. No snow for Memphis. Crazy how the Native Americans survived that without houses. Yeah. Yes. And the thing is, too, they didn't even know it was going to happen. That's the thing. Yeah, now we have technology, we have satellite, radar, all kinds of tech that we can use to track this stuff. So we know at least a couple of days before it's going to happen. Back then, they had nothing. I mean, nothing. I've always often thought of that, too. You know, like even hurricanes and stuff, too. It's like it'd just be a normal, nice day. And then next thing you know, everything is just crazy the next day. It's just nuts to think of how it used to be like that. Let's see here. Sarasota here. I wish I was at 25702. I don't know where that's at, but Sarasota? Yeah. Will Houston get snow? I doubt it, honestly. Yeah, we did a little bit of rain coming through, though. But yeah, Houston not set to really see anything that way. Same thing for Memphis, too. Whoever said Memphis. Nah. Just a bit of rain coming through, maybe, for some of those regions there. Sonia says, thank you, Andrew. No problem. You're very welcome. No problem. But, all right, everybody. Well, we're probably going to head off here soon. We've been live for about 45 minutes. Once again, there's really not much more we can talk about here. So we're going to go ahead and head off. But I do appreciate you guys joining us today. If you have not already, consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like. It'll be greatly appreciated. And then, yeah, tomorrow we'll go live again, tomorrow night. Give you guys another update on everything. You know, see if there's any changes in the models and maybe a little bit more clarity at that point. So, but yeah, just really for everybody and a lot of people in this country, we just need to be bracing for the cold because it is going to dip all the way down into even the Gulf states. Like, once again, like we were talking about a minute ago, the Gulf states, like the northern Gulf Coast, is going to be seeing those coastal areas in the or not the negatives, but in sub-freezing temperatures. So, very cold. That's for sure. T-Dust, good night and thanks. You're very welcome. No problem. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. See you later, Texas. See you later, Samuel. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Once again, if you have not already, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button. Stream's going to head off here in approximately 1 minute, so go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat. And, yeah, once again, tomorrow, guys, we'll go live again for y'all. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another update. Once again, we'll have some more data, maybe some more clarification on some areas, with precipitation and stuff. And so, but it's going to be a cold one, I'll tell you that. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. You guys take care. Much love to y'all. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, my friends. Catch y'all in the next one.